Once upon a time, in a kingdom made of clouds, there lived a beautiful princess who was known for her kindness and grace. She was loved by everyone in the kingdom, but she was too kind to the point of being naive. The princess had a soft spot for every living thing, be it a squirrel or a butterfly. She would often sneak out of the palace in disguise, mingling with the townspeople and helping anyone in need. One day, while strolling through the market, she heard a commotion and saw a young man being harassed by a group of ruffians. Without hesitation, the princess stepped in, confronted the bullies, and asked them why they were picking on someone who couldn't defend himself. The princess's intervention surprised the young man, as no one had stood up for him before. And as the princess turned to walk away, he called out to her, thanking her for her help. Intrigued by his voice, the princess turned around, and that's when their eyes met. The young man introduced himself as a commoner and invited the princess to his home, insisting on repaying her kindness. Though hesitant at first, the princess accepted his invitation, and when his mother heard about it, she was overjoyed. For years, the princess's mother, the queen, had been trying to set her daughter up with a prince from a neighboring kingdom. An arrogant and unkind young man who had no interest in the Cloud Kingdom's princess. The queen was furious with the princess for sneaking out and meeting a commoner, but the princess, filled with remorse, apologized and promised it would never happen again. Meanwhile, the young man and his mother prepared a simple yet warm dinner for the princess. They talked about their lives, and the princess learned that the young man's father had passed away, leaving him to take care of his sick mother. Despite their different backgrounds, the princess found common ground with the young man, someone who was strong and kind, qualities she admired. As days turned into weeks, the princess found herself drawn to the young man and his genuine affection. They explored the nearby meadows and forests, shared stories and dreams, and the princess even helped the young man with his chores. For the first time, the princess felt truly happy and free. However, this idyllic life couldn't last forever. One evening, a royal carriage arrived at the young man's house, bringing a message from the Cloud Kingdom. The princess had been summoned back to the palace immediately. The queen was furious and demanded the princess's return. The princess was torn between her love for the Cloud Kingdom and her growing feelings for the young man. She knew if she went back, she would have to marry the prince from the neighboring kingdom, someone she didn't love. But leaving the kingdom without a proper heir would cause chaos. Seeing the princess's distress, the young man and his mother devised a plan. They decided that the young man would accompany the princess back to the kingdom and confront her mother. With the support of her people, the princess could refuse the arranged marriage and choose to be with the young man. When the queen learned of the princess's decision, she was furious. She threatened to banish the young man from the kingdom and strip the princess of her title. But the princess stood firm, stating that she would rather live a simple life with the man she loved than be forced into an unwanted marriage. Touched by his daughter's determination, the Cloud King intervened. He realized that his wife's obsession with power and status had blinded her to the happiness of their daughter. The king, along with most of the Cloud Kingdom's people, sided with the princess and the young man. In the end, the princess and her true love were able to live happily ever after, proving that love and kindness can conquer all. Now, my little listener, it's time for bed. Did you like today's story? Yes, of course I did. You always do. Then which part did you like the most? That's a tough one. Maybe when the princess stood up to those bullies, or when she chose to be with the young man despite her royal duties. Oh, and the part where the king and the people supported her. That was very satisfying. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Remember, no matter what challenges you face in life, always stay true to yourself and never let anyone take advantage of your kindness. Sweet dreams.